All right, so I'm back from paternity leave. A big thanks to Average Nobody's podcast for allowing me to take couple weeks off. I guess that's the benefit of making $0.
That's right. You can take as much time
You
as
can
you
just
want.
take as much time as you want. But no, happy to be back. Happy to see you guys.
Happy to see you too,
Um,
man.
yeah, so my daughter, Lennon Carolina Wood Fogarty, was born March 18th. So she's almost 2 weeks old,
Incredible.
The
and
same day that Zack Snyder's Justice League came out.
same day. Yes, you waited for it.
What a
And
day.
we actually watched it together.
What?
I'll get to that later in the episode.
Okay.
You'd be surprised how quick 4 hours goes by when you're staring at a baby, making sure she doesn't wake up. Uh, yeah, everything's going great. It's amazing. I mean, you hear all the cliche of like how crazy and amazing it is, like especially how small she is. I mean, she was born 6 pounds 6 ounces, and she was 20 inches. And it's such a small thing that now you're in control of 100%.
Oh,
And you only we spent one night in the hospital, and then we asked them if we could leave because you get no sleep. Like the nurses come in and like check on Holly's vitals, check on the baby like every 5 minutes. So you get no sleep. So we're like, you know what? We were there one night, like we kind of want to go home, get adjusted to this new life, and they just let you go. And that's it. No, are you prepared? Are you gonna be a good parent? Like,
That's
and now it's crazy.
yeah. I mean, that's crazy, right? But for you guys, it's like okay, like responsible adults ready for a child. But think about all the people that can just leave with their baby. Think about all
Yeah.
those people. You know
I
exactly
know.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and there's probably a lot of them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just nuts. Even and now, like they really won't even help you like with the car seat because it's like terrifying putting this small baby in a car seat. Even though like I practice on Goose's animals and everything, it's not the same thing as a living, breathing baby.
Yeah.
So like I put her in, I'm tightening it. I'm like, well, I'm clearly squishing her chest. Like I'm gonna crush her, and that's it. So we asked the nurse to come in, and she's like looking around, like fiddles. She's like, "Yeah, it looks good." I'm like, "You don't even do it." She's like, "Yeah, we
Do
can't really."
anything.
Yeah.
She's like, "We,
she's
yeah."
fine.
She's like, "We can't really do it. Can't really help you." I'm like, "What the fuck?" So
How long does that first baby seat in a car last for? Like, how old are they before you switch out to like the next size or the next kind?
it all depends on how big they are.
Okay.
So it's not like a specific age. Like Lennon will be in it for a while because she's so tiny. But like for people who have like 10-pound babies, like they're out of it quick. Because your head it's basically where their head rests. Like their head has to rest at a certain point while their butt is like pushed all the way back. So she'll be in it for a while. But you just basically just as they grow, like you'll tell. Like I'm sure you've seen pictures of like bigger babies or like children in car seats, and it's like, his legs are touching the ground. Maybe take him out of the car seat. He can use his seatbelt now.
Yeah.
But I did have a funny dad story.
Okay.
So Brooke, is she your sister-in-law or is there no relation? I know it's Lindy's sister-in-law.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess, right?
So
If she's
she'd be
Lindy's
yours,
sister-in-law,
too?
she's my sister-in-law as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just always forget the proper
Yeah.
term.
It's Lindy's brother's wife.
Yes, Brooke Nash, who's fantastic. She was
awesome.
one of the photographers at our wedding. She also does baby photo shoots. So, we texted her after Lennon was born, and she came to our house, did the photo shoot here. Absolutely fantastic. Just like a great photographer. It makes you feel very comfortable. And a very important thing, which I didn't think of until the day of, baby photo shoots need to go quick. Like you don't want to be farting around and the baby like is hungry or. So she was like in and out. It was really good. But during the shoot, we wanted to get like one picture. Like for the most part, Lennon was like wearing a diaper or she was swaddled in like a blanket. But then you wanted to get like a couple pictures where she's like on my forearm and like her butt is out.
Yeah.
So it's like a cute picture, like the baby butt on the forearm. So we're setting up and Brooke's taking my picture and like I'm smiling at the camera and then I feel this like liquid like on my arm, like on my clothes, and I'm still staring at the camera, and I'm like, "Oh, she's peeing," and then Brooke's like, "Nope, that's not pee." So it's like all over me, like all over my clothes, all over my arm. So Holly goes and like gets wipes, start cleaning everything up. So then Holly grabs Lennon. So then it's just me and Brooke, and we're just like standing there waiting for Holly to come back, and Brooke just turns to me and she goes, "Was that your first time?" I was like, "Someone shitting in my hand?" Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it was.
Yes, that was my first time. And I think she meant like, getting poop. I don't know what she
Yeah,
meant,
yeah.
but it was just really funny. I'm like, no,
Oh.
actually, I get shit on all the time.
So did you keep your composure?
I did.
Oh, I would have
Yeah,
been
there's actually.
gagging. I would have been absolutely
Well, so-
dry heaving.
So you want to hear something interesting?
Yeah.
Baby poop it has no scent
What?
when it's
Ugh.
yeah. So not until she starts eating solids.
Oh,
Interesting.
interesting.
Yeah. So
Yeah, think about it. It's all new, all brand new in there.
I guess,
Yeah.
yeah.
So like formula, breast milk, like if when they're on that diet, there's no scent. So it looks like poop, but it doesn't smell. So it's really not that bad.
That's incredible. I didn't know that. Now you know.
Yeah. So and she's like, "Well, you earned your badge of honor." I'm like, "Okay."
Thanks, lady.
That's
yeah.
great.
Thanks, lady.
How
But everything's so far is going really, really well.
great. That was gonna be my question. Everything's going well.
Yeah. I mean, she's like sleeping well, eating well. I mean, we're like taking shifts in the middle of the night, but Holly's just like a rock star. She's like seeing what she went through, like not only carrying the child for 10 months, but then the labor is like the most pain I've ever seen anyone in.
Yeah.
You just feel so helpless.
Right. We have it so
and that's
easy.
why, like,
it's so dumb.
we have it so easy.
It's so dumb.
That's why I don't understand like any new dads who are like, "Oh, it's terrible. Like I'm exhausted." Oh, are you?
Right.
Are you exhausted from what? Changing a diaper?
Right.
Like holding a 10-pound. I mean, we have it so easy.
Yeah.
I mean, just trying to be as supportive as possible. And I already warned Lenny about that mellow boy from on the other side of the tracks. You got to stay clear of him. I just
He's
picture
bad news.
the first time they meet, he's wearing like a little baby leather jacket with a collar popped.
Yeah.
He's got like a candy cigarette.
He's got his baby Trans Am outside with the Phoenix on the hood, revving the engine, revving the
Trying to
electric.
take her for a ride. You get out of here! I told you not to be with that mellow boy. But no, I'm happy to be back. But yeah, things are going awesome.
That's so awesome.
Very
man.
fun 2 weeks.
Very happy for you. Glad to have you back. This is the Average Nobody's podcast number 115 from Wednesday, March 31st, 2021. You can find us averagenobodies.com, youtube.com/theaveragenobodies, at Average Nobodies on Twitter, and anywhere you get podcasts, you can also get this podcast. Another quick shout out to 401 Films, which is my other little project I do with Ryan, with Mark and Joe. Did you guys see the music video we shot? We put it out today.
I did.
Is that what you shared on Facebook?
Yeah. So
Very cool.
a few months ago, Mark, my buddy Mark, who you guys know as well, you've been in his productions. He found this song that he really liked called "Objectified" on Bandcamp, which is like this great platform for local artists, a great way to like get local artists paid for their music. Because a lot of times a small artist like that won't really get a lot from Apple Music and things like that. So he found this Mari Catman. He found this song "Objectified" that he really liked, that he wanted to use in one of our movies. And so he reached out to her. She was all about it. And then, we created this 401 Films, and we started doing some stuff. And he's like, "Why don't we shoot her a music video?" And so we shot a music video at my dad's mechanic shop. And you would never know by the video, but it was shot in the mechanic shop. We dialed it up with some backdrops and whatnot. But it came out pretty good. So if you guys want to check that out, 401 Films on Facebook. Or if you go on YouTube, you can search Mari Catman, Kattman, Mari is her first name. And you can find it there. "Objectified," the music video. It's out now.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting stuff. It came out really good. Shout out to Mark. He shot it and edited it. I was there helping out with the setups and whatnot.
And this is not I know I've been a part of many Matt Vieira music video productions.
Yes.
Before. So this is like your first one for an original song.
This is the first one that I have the rights to post the video for. P. Diddy still has yet to release the rights to Shake Your Tail Feather to me, so I can get my copyright strike on YouTube taken away. But I've made many videos that both of you have been in music videos. So yeah, this is the first official one that we've done. So go check her out, Mari Catman. She was awesome. She was like so receptive to all of our ideas, which was awesome. So yeah. So now we're gonna get into celebrity birthdays.
It's time for everyone's favorite game show, Celebrity Birthdays.
Who is it?
All right, it's Ryan. I am the moderator today. Adam, I just so you guys know, I did listen to the 2 episodes I was not on. So I'm not that vain. I did not listen because I wasn't on. I thought you guys did a great job. Celebrity Birthday is not as exciting with 2 people.
Definitely not
as exciting.
Especially because the first week Adam had totally forgot, and the second week I was just like, I'm just gonna phone it. I'm just gonna mail it in.
Well, I'm back. I got 5. It's not a great day for birthdays, but I wrangled up 5. So let's actually, Adam, if you want to do a point, do you have it up or handy?
I do. Yeah, I have it up. So updated point standings. We've got Matt with 22.5, Ryan in the lead with 27, Adam nipping at his heels with 26.5, and Mitch holding down the bottom with 3.
Someone's gonna hold it down.
It's true. Might as well be you. All right, let's.
So we're doing the hand raise.
We'll do the hand raise. Yeah,
The
let
hand
me
raise.
hold on.
Matt, you gotta be on the honor system. Tell me if Mitch does it.
Okay, yeah, I'll let you know if Mitch. He's looking at some magic cards right now, so I don't think he's gonna really.
He's in and
Honey
out.
Mammoth. 6'6" Honey Mammoth.
Okay.
But he is hot on the mic, so he maybe he'll join in.
No, I'm here. I'm here.
All right, raise your hand if you know one.
All right.
Okay.
Although he's been on television since the early 1950s, this actor is best known for imparting his sage wisdom and life advice to his neighbors/students on a popular 90s sitcom. Matt.
Mr. Feeney?
That is correct. It is Mr. Feeney. Do you know his actual name?
No, I don't know his actual name.
Adam? I'll give you the half a point.
Dave Thomas.
Close. Well, not really close, no.
Is he still alive?
Well, he is. William Daniels.
William Daniels, okay.
I was going to say it's a very, normal name.
2 first
All
names.
right,
William-
so half a point for Matt.
Point for Matt. It's William Daniels' birthday today. How
Man.
old is William Daniels?
Sheesh. Man. He had to have been he's got to be close to 100. I'm going to say he's 95.
I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say 87.
He's 94.
Whoa!
Hey, see?
Very close, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
I-
I was
'cause-
surprised.
I mean, I always do it by how old I would think he was during Boy Meets World, which I anticipated mid to late 60s,
Yeah, he was
or maybe
in-
a little later
he
than
was
that. Maybe a little
He was in
older
his. Yeah, no,
70s?
yeah, you're right. Yeah, he would have been 70 and 97, which is halfway through the.
than that.
Yeah, right on. Nice job, Matt.
He didn't get it though.
No, I'll give it to him.
No, that's not how it works.
All right. All right, here's the next one.
All right.
While he's not a doctor, sleeping on this actor's ability would be as unwise as challenging a Jedi Master to a duel.
Can you repeat it?
Ewan
While
McGregor.
he's not a doctor.
Mitch.
Yes.
Mitch, is that what it is?
Doctor,
That is who it
because
is.
Doctor Sleep.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
There you go, Mitch.
He's
How
also-
I'm the boy.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, right? As the
Correct.
Jedi Master.
So I get first guess
Yep.
at age.
Yeah. Oh well.
You
Yeah.
got first guess? Yeah.
46.
Okay.
46.
I'm gonna go with an even 50.
50.
I'm gonna say he's 47.
Ewan McGregor is 50 years old.
Oh damn.
Well done, Adam. Big time.
I've taken the lead.
All right. Next one up. Man, bear, pig better have its guard up because it's this politician and inventor of the internet's birthday. Adam.
Al Gore.
That's right. It is Al Gore's birthday. I erased his age, so I have to go back and look.
Mitch, you get to guess these birthdays. You get to guess the ages as well.
Okay.
Even though you
Man,
didn't
bear,
get it.
pig? Okay. How old is Al Gore today?
Al Gore is. Oh, jeez. 63. Like definitely older than that.
He's
Yeah, I was
definitely
gonna say
63. I think he was 63 when he was running for president.
72.
I'm gonna say he's 76.
He's 73.
Oh, damn.
Adam,
10 years
clean,
off.
a clean decade off. All right, we got two more. Okay. Although she's married to Mantis Toboggan, MD, this actress made her own footprint in Hollywood with roles as a neglectful mother and wisecracking bar waitress.
Oh,
Fuck, what is her name? I can see her face.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
is it Minnie Driver?
No. She looked like Minnie Driver.
Bitch.
this is Danny DeVito's wife.
Yes.
I would have been wholly shocked if he was married to Minnie Driver.
Yeah. He's
She, first of all, not only that she's like 1,000 more times, way more attractive. She's 1,000 times taller than he is.
yeah.
Like she is like
Well,
exceptionally
his
tall.
wife is definitely taller than him.
No,
Obviously,
his
but
wife,
Minnie.
his wife is like the same height.
Okay,
She's
Minnie.
not
Dri-
tall.
Well, then I have no-
Is it the waitress from? Cheers?
From Cheers?
If you can get her character name, I'll give you the half a point.
Fuck.
Maud.
God
I
damn
don't
it.
know.
Not Maud.
Oh fuck. Ooh. I don't know. She's the one with the curly hair, right? Yeah.
So
Who the
it's
fuck
Re-
is Minnie Driver?
What's her
Rhea
name?
Perlman.
Okay. What was her name from Cheers?
Arla.
Fuck.
She was
Oh,
also
I knew
Mrs.
that.
Mrs. Wormwood in Matilda. She was the mother.
Right.
All right. How old is Rhea Perlman today?
Oh, they don't look alike.
I mean, they look alike when maybe she was younger, but
I'm gonna. If I get a chance tonight, I'm gonna Photoshop a picture of Minnie Driver with Danny DeVito and put that on.
So
Rhea Perlman.
she's I don't know, 71.
I'm gonna say she's 68.
Mitchell,
76.
73.
Oh,
Ooh,
what'd you say, Adam?
71.
Oh, okay.
Hey, same birthday as Al Gore.
Hey,
Yep.
pretty good. Pretty
Yeah,
good.
they're born in the same hospital. All right. Final one. This Oscar-winning oddball actor has danced his way to years of memorable roles as a soldier, a captain, and a secretary. But talk to him in the wrong tone, and he'll stab you in the face with a soldering iron. Matt.
Christopher Walken.
That's right. Christopher Walken. He was a soldier and a deer
Easy.
hunter. Captain Coons
Yeah.
in Pulp Fiction. Secretary Cleary in Wedding Crashers. And
Yep.
just an all-around wonderful actor.
He
And the
has
janitor, Joe Dirt.
He was
I
in
forget.
a Fat Boy Slim music video too.
what?
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
dance on
yeah.
the ceilings.
Where you
and
like,
stuff.
yeah, that's why I put dancing into dance. That's a great video.
He's like also his character in Pulp Fiction is one of the keys to that whole Quentin Tarantino universe. Like
He ties so much together.
he's like one of the big like factors that ties a lot of his movies together. I forget what reason why, but if you look that up, it's pretty fascinating.
Huh.
Christopher Walken is 79.
I'm going to go with 83.
81.
He is 78.
Oh, no.
So close.
I was trying to work like a Hook reference in there because that's my favorite version of Captain Hook when he does the live
The
action
live
play.
one where he just makes up the
Yeah.
words on the spot.
He's just dancing around
Da, da, da.
in thick mascara.
Excellent.
All right.
Excellent.
That's it.
That's it
Well
for
done.
this episode's edition of Celebrity Birthdays. Who was it?
And now a word from our sponsor.
This episode of the Average Nobody's podcast is sponsored by WD-40. Lube up. All right. What have we been watching? Who wants to start?
I can go first. My list is very short.
Okay, go for it.
So I'm still watching Kimmy Schmidt. I'm still in the first season, and I really like this show. I think it's really funny, and I love being able to just run through those, 20 and change minute episodes. I'm at the part now where like she just decided that she was going to go back to Indiana to the trial of John Hamm for the guy that kept her prisoner for 15 years in a bunker. Her and her roommate Titus, and then the crazy lady landlord. They have the three of them together are so fucking funny, Matt. So the
Yes.
woman that's the landlord is Grandmama from the Addams Family.
Yes.
Like that woman, like I mean, they olded her up for those movies, but
Yeah.
like it seems like she's been old for a really long time.
How old is she? Let's see.
But she's a hilarious character. I really enjoy the show, so I'm gonna keep going with that. I also, I didn't feel like I just was like looking for the Bruins game last night, and of course it wasn't on YouTube TV because of goddamn Nesson, and Nesson and YouTube TV not having a contract together anymore. So I was like looking at what was on live, and I saw Jurassic Park was on. So naturally, I popped it on. One of my favorite movies, the original from '93, and it's just like we were talking, I think on our last podcast about like CGI, Matt.
Yeah.
The CGI in that movie still holds up. It holds up so well.
It's the greatest.
Like when when you first see the T-Rex come through the wire fence, it fucking looks like it's there. It's so good. And when it's chasing them in the Jeep, and even when the part so those scenes, like I think they might benefit a little bit from being shot at night. But even the scene where like they Dr. Grant and the two kids are like running through the field, and like they see the dinosaurs, like they're like running from a predator, from the T-Rex. Even that is still so good.
The thing that ILM did so well with that CGI is the blending of that to the environment that it was in.
Yeah.
Every other movie, like CGI, like before that, and even a lot after that. I mean, we talk about that scene, like the Oscar-winning movie Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. There's that scene where Frodo's running into Mount Doom, and it looks like he's on a treadmill. It's like, it's Stevie.
Stevie. Sorry, she wanted to come in and see me.
Stevie, baby.
It's so obviously like, they it's not even CGI. They just like put him on top of the CGI mountain.
Yeah, it's so weird.
They did with Jurassic Park. It was so well blended. That scene, like, I mean, also they used some animatronics, so that helps as well to blend realities. But I mean, that scene when the T-Rex first shows up in the rain, it's so terrible.
It's perfect.
It's absolutely. It's flawless. It's flawless
It's so
and
realistic.
like tough to replicate. Honestly, even with like budgets and like technology we have now, very tough to replicate. Like if you had to redo that movie, not with the people who did it, like it would be very tough to recreate that movie. I mean, look at the new Jurassic World movies. Don't look as good as that scene from Jurassic Park.
Yeah, absolutely. And then like the part where the T-Rex, like the lawyer screws out of the Ford Explorer with the kids.
Yeah.
And then like next thing you know, the T-Rex is attacking their car, and like the fear and panic in the eyes of Dr. Grant and Dr. Malcolm is like it's like it's such a good scene. Like you can feel like they're like, what the fuck do we do? What do we do?
Yeah.
There's nothing we can do.
Yeah.
We're watching these kids get eaten by a dinosaur.
Great movie. Fucking amazing movie.
But such an awesome movie. I'm glad I watched it. I to be honest, I'll be perfectly honest, I didn't. Oh no, I did finish it actually. But it was a struggle because it was on TV with the commercials, and the commercials were aggressive. There were so many commercials. It was stupid.
TV is
I
TV
can't
is so
watch
dumb.
it like that again.
Yeah.
Even sports, like I find myself struggling. Like it'll be a timeout. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna put on a little bit of The Office, and it's like a 45-second commercial. But I'm like, I don't want to. I don't know. It's just hard to get used to that again.
Oh, I forgot to add one thing onto my list here. guys will see that. I watched the first 2 episodes of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So that very first action sequence with Falcon, like through the canyons out in I forget where it was exactly, but that was badass. That was like movie grade action sequence. So that was dope. I'm interested to see where it goes. It hasn't quite grabbed me like WandaVision did almost right away, but I'm interested to see it. And like obviously I'm hyped for Zemo to come back and see what else they have in store for us in that one. I'm definitely not gonna go into the weeds with like theories and spoilers and shit like that with this one, because all it did for WandaVision was sort of take away from what ended up being a really good season of television.
Yeah.
Are they doing it episodic, like how they do The Mandalorian and all
yeah,
that?
once a week.
Yeah.
Once
Disney
a week.
I kind of
Plus
like
loves
that.
Disney Plus.
I don't.
loves
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't-
hate that.
I don't mind it because, like, Matt, you talked about it when we were all watching The Boys. Like, they did 3 episodes all at once and then weekly, and like that's how you keep people interested. That's how you like stretch out the buzz about it. And the perfect
absolutely.
example was Stranger Things. Like, Stranger Things comes out, boom, everybody's rock hard to watch Stranger Things. The whole world has seen it in the first week, and then 3 weeks later, it's done.
It literally, you can almost set your watch to it now. When a show comes out on like a Friday, say like you said, like Netflix, it runs for a week and then people are done talking about it. It's out of the public eye. With WandaVision, it's and with Mandalorian last season and this season, it stretched it on forever. It's the right move for them, even though obviously I'd like to have it all out front. I mean, I'd like to just binge it and be done with it.
And something that sucks about the one thing, like, while I do like love the ability to watch it all at once, like, there's also now with like how hardcore people are, is that like a whole season of Stranger Things hits, and like, while I would love to watch it all in one sitting, I probably can't. But fucking a lot of people have. And so, like, there's a really good chance that it gets spoiled for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier as well, and I just hope they don't do the age-old Marvel trope of who's really the bad guy, like here.
Right.
That's what it really feels like it's ramping up to. And I mean, I guess if they give us more action scenes like that one in the first one, and then did you watch the second episode?
Yeah, I watched the first 2. So I'll probably like let 2 at a time stack up and then watch them.
Yeah, I mean the second episode they had the marquee fight scene was the one on top of the moving trucks, which is pretty badass. You got Wyatt Russell coming in as the new Captain America. The government gives him the shield. I thought that was fucking cool, and he's actually I like him. He'll always have a special place in my heart for Overlord. He was fucking badass in that movie. Yeah, he was awesome. So that's pretty badass. He's not actually a super soldier, right? He just is a fucking badass military guy who now has the shield, and apparently the shield has the superpowers, and it's not the person throwing it, I guess.
Yeah. So far, like the only reason to point, like, you can't even point to him being a bad guy at all because Sam gave the shield up.
It's true.
Like, what's he gonna do? Turn it down?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I mean, also he thought that they were gonna retire it. I think if they had posed the question like, "Hey, Sam, like, either you take it or we're gonna give it to somebody else," he might have just kept it. He might have just kept it.
Yeah.
But
True.
But who knows? And who knows? That might end up play out. That might play out that way. Who knows? Or maybe he's a bad guy. Who knows?
I also watched the first episode of Mighty Ducks Game Changers.
Yes.
I actually thought it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty funny. Bombay is back. He's like a grumpy. He hates hockey, but he runs an ice rink.
Yes. And
he, so there's this Lauren Graham plays the mother of a kid, and now like the Mighty Ducks are this powerhouse, kids hockey organization, and her son gets cut from the team because he, it's real too, because like she's sitting at the practice, she's a single mom, like she's busy. And she can't afford like all the camps and clinics, and she just wants her son to have fun. Like, there's other parents there that like have trainers for their kids and nutritionists and all this shit, and they're kids. There's a less than 1% chance that they're going to the NHL. So like it should just be for fun. And so she's got a great point, and her son get cut from the team. So they've only got 1 week to put a team together, find a rink, and get a coach. So in the first episode, like, they get their team, they convince Gordon Bombay to let them use their rink, and Lauren Graham is going to be the coach for now.
It's right for now.
So they're not the Mighty Ducks. And I was like confused by that at first, but there's a line that the kid says is like, we're coming for, we're coming for you, and then we're coming for your name. So I would assume by the end of the season that they'll play each other, and the name, the Mighty Ducks, will be on the line.
They're like a weird name right now too, right? What's the name they gave themselves? It's like something dumb. It's like something real dumb.
Shitheads.
Yeah.
Not
the shitheads.
That would have been better. I don't know, it's something dumb, like the
why bothers.
The why bothers, because it was like that's what the coach said to him, right? Why bother?
Right. The coach said, like, if your kid's not this good by this age, why bother anymore?
He's
bother because they have fun.
The coach the coach of the Ducks, that young guy. He's actually.
There's no reason that couldn't have been me. There's no reason that
definitely
could have
been you. Have you ever seen Letterkenny? Either one of you guys?
No.
So Letterkenny is a show on Hulu, and it's Canadian. It's about these Canadian friends who were like, it's like Trailer Park Boys, but it's just like Trailer Park Boys, but they're younger.
Okay.
And they just bum around Canada, and he's like, he plays this like wicked hockey bro, like with all like, like with dip in his mouth, sunglasses on, tank top, and he's saying all the hockey slang and stuff. He's really funny.
Wait, what's it on?
It's on Hulu. You would like it, Adam.
I'm adding it to my list right now.
Yeah, Letterkenny. It's very good. It's very funny. So he's in it, and like it's shocking because he plays such like a dimwit in Letterkenny, and now he's like a capable like adult like coaching a hockey team. I thought that was funny. The other funny thing I thought about it was like Bombay's ice rink. Was it the Ice Palace?
The Ice Palace.
First of all, she stumbles on this ice rink in the middle of an urban city, like in the middle of the city. She stumbles upon it, and it's this beautiful ice rink. It's not like a
no
shitty,
hockey though.
Yeah, right. No hockey. Can't have hockey there. Sign. And I think it's really funny. I hope they keep the gag going of like Ryan. So like the big thing is like he does like birthday parties there, Bombay. And so so he goes through like the area where the birthday party is, and he sees like the half-eaten cake, and he picks it up and he asks his employees like, "How long has this been here?" He's like, "Oh, it's fresh." And so he picks it up and he just grabs a fork and he starts eating it. And then like
3 hours.
and then later on in the show, another birthday party happens and he grabs another cake and he's just eating the cake. So I hope they just continue. He always has a new cake. And he's like talking to what's her name? Who's the mom?
Lauren Graham.
Lauren Graham. He's like, "Oh, you want some?" He's like, "I'll let you have the flour, like the frosting flour." I thought that was funny. He was good.
You think that was in the script or?
I don't know. Maybe a little improv by Amelia.
He's just like he's famished. He doesn't have a home.
But I think there's these new Disney shows that I was listening to Lights Camera Barstool the other day, and they said it good. They said it best, where they were like, these new Disney shows that are playing off of old Disney movies and other Disney shows, they can fall into two buckets. They can be just a nostalgia grab for the people who originally watched the stuff, or they can fall into the camp of, okay, this is just for kids, and this is to introduce new people to this. I think that this falls into like a middle category almost. I think they do a good job of like... So, and obviously I haven't seen yet any of the old Mighty Ducks come back, and I know that they're in it because they were in the promo shots or whatever. But yeah, that was good so far. That was cool.
And last but certainly not least, we don't have to talk about this because I don't think you have finished yet, but I have finished Lost. And like right before I hopped on, like I was saying to Jen the other night, like I miss Lost. I miss having that show that beast of a show to watch. I loved it. I loved all 6 seasons. I really liked the finale. And I'm still swishing around my power rankings, but I I'll save those for when you finish too, Matt. But
I have-
really good ending to the show.
I have 2 episodes left of season 5. The last 2 are like part 1, part 2.
Okay.
Why did they throw so many recaps into season 5? Can anybody tell me that?
I don't know.
Did you watch recaps?
No, I didn't see. I watch it on Hulu. I don't know
On
if that
Amazon
helps.
on Amazon Prime, there were 2 episodes, full episodes, hour-long episodes that were just recaps. And they were like
Really?
3 episodes apart. It was so strange. Lenny and I started watching this, and we thought it was just a normal, like, here's what happened last week on Lost.
Flashbacks.
But it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was like a whole hour episode of clips, and we're like, oh, fuck. Like, just let's watch the
That's
next
weird.
episode. Yeah, it was very strange. I don't know if, like, Amazon just put it on there or whatever, but anyway.
So on Hulu does this thing where like it'll get to the first commercial break, right? And it'll do the commercials, and then it will start the episode over, not play, but freeze with no volume. So then at every commercial break, I have to exit out of Hulu, go back in and restart the episode. And I hadn't had to do that for like almost all of season 6. And then the last episode, the hour 40-minute finale, I had to do that. There must have been 10 commercials in it. So I had to restart the last episode. It took like 2.5 hours to watch the last episode because I had to keep going in and out of fucking Hulu.
I'm very excited, Matt, for you to finish so we can. And Adam and I texted about the finale and like the meaning of everything. But I'm super excited to talk about that because it's like open to interpretation, but not like something, things definitely happen. But
Yeah.
once you're done, Matt, and Adam, I'll send it to you after we log off. But there's an oral history of like the finale
Oh, I
with
gotta-
like the
Oh,
writers,
cool.
Yeah, got it.
writers, like directors, creators, almost all the cast. It's really, really cool. So you can kind of see like what they were thinking of when they were filming it and writing it.
Nice.
That sounds awesome.
Ryan,
And that's it for me.
I'll go. I'm just gonna talk about Deadpool, and then we can talk about Into the Storm, and we'll go right into yours.
Perfect. I have a long list, but it won't be that long.
Yeah, no worries. You got a couple weeks to catch up with. So I watched Falcon and Winter Soldier. We already talked about that. I like it. I also watched Deadpool 2. Sometimes I'll be doing something else on my computer, and I want to throw a movie on just to like have on in the background. And this week it was Deadpool 2, just because it was on my server, and I forgot what a great follow up that movie was to the first one. Like how they stayed true to like what the first one was, and maybe a few jokes like got close to the line of being like, okay, all right, we get it, you break the fourth wall. But it is very funny, and it's very well it's a very well written comedy, like superhero movie. I just really like it, and like the addition of Josh Brolin is great. And Zazie Beetz as Domino. I'm hoping that we get her character back in whatever.
I
they
know.
do
I
next.
loved that character. I thought that you could do so much with that character.
That would be such a shame to lose her character. I hope maybe we get some of randomly some of the X-Force that died coming out of the plane, because he went back in time and he only saved Peter or whatever the guy's name is. But maybe who knows, or the other guys, maybe they could come back as well. I thought it was really good. So yeah, and then I've been watching Into the Storm on HBO Max, which is that's not an HBO Max exclusive, right? Ryan?
Which
I
one?
do not know.
Into the Storm. Q. I can't tell anymore. Like, what is a Max
I can't
exclusive?
either. Well, because HBO, you can't I don't think you can just watch HBO as an app.
Oh, you can't
Right?
anymore. You can't do.
No, because on Amazon Prime, I still can't watch anything on HBO because
so-
they don't have HBO Max.
So is Q
Huh.
is Q Into the Storm on TV then? Is it on?
I don't
cable?
know
Oh,
because I only can watch it on HBO Max
yeah.
through because the HBO app through your streaming service doesn't exist anymore. It converted to HBO Max, but only on devices that support HBO Max. It's very confusing. So on Roku, I can watch it, but I watch it as HBO Max. So I don't know what's HBO Max exclusive and what is just HBO, because you can get just HBO as if you still like cable TV.
Yeah.
But I don't know how it would work on demand. That's a good question.
So yeah, it's very confusing. HBO's not doing a very good job of that, but they are doing a
they're
very
not.
good job of everything else on their platform. So
Yes.
Q Into the Storm is their new, their new documentary they're putting out. It came right after, on the heels of Allen v. Farrow. Right, it's in the same time slot, or the same time, the same day. It follows this guy who's trying to get to the bottom of who QAnon is. This mythic figure in the MAGA Donald Trump community, and it's fucking tiring watching. I was texting Ryan. It's absolutely tiring watching this movie for all these people. And Neil texted me today about it as well. It's like it's so tiring. It must be so tiring being one of these people that look into everything and try to analyze everything as like this person, like controlling everything from the back end. It's bizarre.
It's everything. Like everything is a conspiracy theory. Literally everything.
Everything.
Like I saw on Facebook that there was that ship that was that like got wedged in the Suez Canal.
Yeah.
And then the Egyptian president came out and they're like, we have to get the containers off the ships. And there was someone on Facebook that was like, boom, it's all going to come out now. What is in those ships? What do you think's in goods and supplies that are trying to get around the world? Like, it's not like, just like, I mean, everything is, it must be so draining. But the reason I like the documentary is it reminds me a lot. I don't know if you ever saw the one HBO did on Scientology.
Yeah, Going Clear.
Yeah, so that one was cool, but Scientology is such a guarded, like, religion.
Yeah.
So they did a good job, but it's, like, still very secretive. These QAnon believers, they're out in the open.
Oh, they're out in the open.
So
yeah.
it's kind of cool. You can get so much info into their minds and what they believe. There's no, like, secrets behind it. So to me, it's much more fascinating because you're, like, I mean, these are everyday people that just, think they're being lied to by everyone. But it's also like crazy because they show like how selective they are.
Yeah, I mean you have to in order to have that kind of belief system and everything is a thing. You have to be super selective and like everybody, but they all just like yep. Everybody's agreeing. Everybody's doing that,
and they keep adjusting. So like you'll show them, they're like, this is wrong. They're like, yeah, but and like they're constantly pivoting. So.
It's the guy from Parks and Rec, the Zorp guy, Hale Zorp.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's like, the end of the world is this Saturday. He's like, and Leslie Knope's like, well, this Saturday the park is booked that day. And he goes, oh, well, actually, it was the following Saturday. And she's like, yep, that'll be fine. Like they just keep pushing it. Yeah, it's so, and they still think that Trump is gonna rise back to power because of whatever, whatever
it's supposed to be in March. We only got a couple hours left, so I don't know if it's coming back.
Don't know what's gonna happen. The other thing that blows my mind is how much the people behind 8chan are like willing to just talk about stuff. Like I feel like they're not guarded at all with anything that they do.
No, that guy is Jim Watkins.
He is bizarre. Adam, this guy Jim Watkins. So Jim Watkins right now is the owner of 8chan. His son Ron runs 8chan, like kind of like the day to day. He's like the young kid who like really knows what he's doing with it. But
Ron Watkins looks like a cretin.
Yeah, so
he's interesting.
So his dad, right? He really is just like he funds the money, but he's like this really weird, eccentric guy. He's like into pens. He has like a pig farm in the middle of nowhere. Where does he live? Not in Japan.
It's like Thailand or something.
Yeah, he's just
somewhere
like,
in Asia.
Very strange. And the whole first 2 episodes, you think he's just being like cagey and like not wanting to talk, and like he's like has this weird like he'll be asked a question and he'll just like turn away. And then in episode 3, I think it is, right, Ryan? Correct me if I'm wrong. The first thing that happens is they have him on, Jim Watkins, and they have like a little disclaimer that like since the previous interviews, he went to the doctors and realized he had 90% hearing loss. Right? Was it the third
Holy
episode?
shit.
90%.
I haven't seen the third one yet.
Oh, sorry. So that's the first thing
That's
they
okay.
start with is like he has 90% hearing loss, so
Okay.
now he has hearing aids in, and he's like answering questions left and right. He's being super responsive, not being weird.
I will say it makes a lot of sense because when they talk to him, he'll just like stare at the camera, and then, so he must like not hear what they say, but he won't tell them he didn't hear them.
Exactly. That's exactly.
Like I'm just gonna go with it.
What the fuck?
He explains.
Like,
He goes,
if you have 90% hearing loss, like, you gotta know. You gotta know.
He's telling them, he's like, I just thought you guys were mumbling to me. I was getting very angry. He's like such a weird guy. And I don't know. And like, there's also like this weird, and I wonder if you agree, Ryan. I think that like Ron and I guess Fred as well, the guy who originally created 8chan, but it was bought from him by the Watkins, father and son. I think they kind of like, I don't think they're involved at all with Q, this person who posts as Q. I don't think they're at all involved, but they really like to make you think they are, because they like this 15 minutes of fame that they're getting. You know what I mean? Their website's
100%.
going through the roof. I think they kind of want to be a little cagey with their answers. They want to seem, that they're revealing things, but they're keeping something behind the curtain. So I don't know, but it's very fascinating.
I would be very surprised if they did. I mean, to me, Q just seems like it was someone like a Trump insider, so someone like a part of his cabinet.
Yeah.
That like spent a lot of time with him and like knew these, policy decisions and things that were like the president of the United States has unfiltered access to everything that happens everywhere on the planet at all times.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Trump is not someone who keeps those secrets guarded.
No.
So if you're like you can know all the things that he knows if you were in his cabinet. And that's all really Q did. Like all the things Q, when he posted about that were accurate, were stuff that had to do with like the security clearance Trump has.
Right.
It wasn't anything mind blowing. It really, I mean, it wasn't. Like
it's the equivalent. It's like, it's very obvious. It's like the equivalent of me of like when I was a kid, like when my mom was cooking dinner, like me sneaking in the kitchen and taking a picture of what she's cooking and tweeting out and being like, Stephanie Vieira, look out for the chicken parm tonight. I'm just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there.
And Mitch's mind is blown.
Yeah,
How'd you know? So it didn't. But I mean, people were. I think they're just so desperate for something to, the media's lying to them. So I'm gonna listen to this Q person, and Q's telling me the truth because look, they predicted this, this, and this, and it came true. But the other 150 things they got wrong. Don't worry about that.
We're also losing grip on words now. We're like the phrase fake media or fake news gets used so much that we forget what the actual mening of it is.
Yeah,
like,
it has no meaning.
It has no meaning anymore. And like fake news is a big claim. It's like that's not something
Fake
that should
news is basically saying like you're putting something on a website or a newspaper or an interview and you're lying about it.
Right, exactly. It's not something
Like,
that you don't
deliberately
agree
lying.
with. It's not
Right.
it's not something you don't agree with. So
You don't like.
But also like they're so brainwashed at this point, or like whatever they are, whatever you want to call it, that they probably just believe that that's what the truth is. So.
Yeah, it's crazy, but I'm very interested to keep watching. That guy's doing the Lord's work. He spent like 3 years of his life or something
Traveling
like,
all around, yeah, crazy.
I would go nuts.
It's good stuff.
So yeah, I'll hop into. I watched Q Into the Storm. I haven't watched the third episode yet, but I'm gonna get to that probably tonight or tomorrow. I started watching Yellowstone. I've just heard amazing things about it. So it's on Paramount, the network, but Peacock TV has Paramount. So I did download Peacock now that WWE Network is on there. So I started watching that show. I watched 3 episodes. I can already tell it's going to be like one of my favorite shows.
Nice.
It's just like instantly gripping, like a ton of really interesting characters. Do you seen anything about it or read anything about it?
No, it's been recommended.
All I know is, me
Neil
too.
loves it. Neil's
Loves
a big fan.
it.
Which is why I'm like, Neil doesn't usually talk like this about movies and TV shows. So Kevin Costner's the star, and he owns like Dutton. His last name is Dutton, and his like family for generations has owned like almost all of Montana, like all the land. And he's in like a battle with like the Native Americans in Montana because they are like encroaching on his land. The U.S. government wants to like buy the land from him to build like national parks. And he's basically just like holding out and wants to keep the land in his family. And it's him, and he has 4 children. And it basically just like, it's like their everyday lives, like how they like keep up with like their farmland, Like he's kind of estranged from one of his sons, but the other like two sons and his daughter like work for him. And then they show the perspective of like the Native Americans who are also kind of like fighting against the government because they own the land before the Duttons did. Like this was their land before like the white man came and like took everything and the government took it. So it's like a really cool like dichotomy between all three parties. But it's really well done, and I should have known it was going to be good because Taylor Sheridan is one of the executive producers, and he writes.
I'm on his IMDb right now.
He's fucking the man. He's just so good. Like Hell or High Water, Sicario, Wind River. He just like he's great at writing those type of shows and movies. So he's an executive producer, writer, and he's directed the first 3 episodes.
Matt, he was also the deputy in Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, really?
Like the town, the deputy
one that gets run over?
Yes, Charming.
Yeah.
Deputy of Charming.
Charming PD.
So
That's him.
it does remind me a little bit of Sons of Anarchy, but it's more realistic. I guess I would say Sons of Anarchy got a little crazy. That's not real life. That's not how it happened.
Could be.
It's real life and charming.
I guess just shooting people and getting away with it every day.
That's it. Just live like an animal.
But it's really, really good so far. Only 3 episodes in, but like the first episode was an hour and a half. It kind of felt like its own movie.
Wow.
The characters, it's like one of those shows. I think we've talked about it before. I forgot what show, but it's one of those shows where the characters from like the get-go are just very well defined, and you almost like know their motivations like as the scenes are playing out, which is not an easy thing to do, especially when you're not familiar with the characters. But it's just really, really good. I watched season 1 of The Morning Show with Steve Carell, Jennifer Aniston, and Reese Witherspoon. Really, really enjoyed that. It was a little jarring seeing Steve Carell in that type of role.
Yeah.
Especially because he's like a very educated man. And he would, like when he's talking to people, he's using like these bigger words. And I just like think of Michael Scott like mispronouncing like the big words. But I will say there's a scene, I forget, it's in one of the back half of the season. There's a scene with him in one of the like younger staff members when they go to cover the Las Vegas shootings. And there's a scene of him and this female in a hotel room. And after that, it's really not that hard to see him as not Michael Scott anymore. Yeah. It's like a very intense scene. But highly recommend The Morning Show. It's really good. And it sets up season 2 really good. And my favorite character, like far and away, was Billy Crudup's character. And I know he played the Flash's dad, right?
Yeah.
He only had a short scene but he got recasted.
Yeah, he's getting recasted because it's taking so long for it to go into production, and he's got like a previous engagement. I actually saw like a picture of a young him next to Ezra Miller. It's the same fucking person. Like he's a perfect casting.
So if you like him as an actor, he's far and away my favorite actor in The Morning Show. His character is just so good. He plays like one of the executives for the network. But he's like the second in command, so he like goes against the top guy who's like a real scumbag. But I was kind of bummed to see that he got recasted in The Flash. But The Morning Show, another highly recommended show. And then on HBO Max, we've been rewatching Friends, which is just like one of the all-time classics. It's so funny, always so funny. And it's one of those shows that like you can watch at any time period. Because it's not like the jokes aren't like 90s jokes, and they're not like for a certain age. It's just funny. I don't know how they do it, but
it holds up. It really does. Like you can just pop on any. It's like Seinfeld just holds up.
Yeah. You just pop it on, and you're instantly. It's just funny.
I'm firmly in the camp of Seinfeld over Friends, but I really like both shows.
I don't think so. I'm a Friends guy.
Wow.
Friends guy, Ryan.
But I did notice, so there's in like season 9 of Friends, Monica throws Chandler like a makeshift bachelor party because he finds out she had one and she told him not to have one. So it's after they're married. So she's like, all right, like you and Joey like have the night together. I'll hire you a stripper and whatever. So the stripper ends up being a hooker. And the hooker is played by the same actress who is the stripper in The Office in Fun Run
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
and Ben Franklin. Yeah, so I guess that's just what she does.
That's funny.
Huh.
But yeah, it was funny snipe. Watched the Snyder Cut. So I've never seen the original version, and I don't
Okay.
plan on watching it. But I
It
really
will be a
enjoyed it.
massive disappointment.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
need to. This is out now.
Not
There's no
interested.
need to go back.
I did listen last week to your guys' breakdown of it, and I agreed with everything. I just thought it was really good. I loved the Flash was probably my favorite character.
awesome.
And this,
Can,
like the scene
can
where he
you
had to go
believe-
back in time was really a awesome plot point.
can you believe that the Warner Brothers executives wanted them for them to cut him going back in time?
It's insane.
Why?
It's
How did they
insane.
want it to? How did they want them to beat?
in
Steppenwolf.
in the one that in the one in theaters, like, so what happens in the Snyder Cut is like they lose, you know what I mean, like the mother boxes sink and it's over, but you know, they stop in the theatrical version, like they stop Steppenwolf, and when Superman comes in and helps Cyborg pull
Yeah.
them apart before they can sink.
That's it. Flash has nothing to do with it.
That's so lame.
Yeah.
See, that right there is
That's just not
exactly, I
creative.
think,
That's just boring.
right, and that's why, like, I was talking to Neil about this. Like, Neil said, you know, like, what's the point of having everybody else there? Because, you know, Superman is the strongest. Superman can just destroy everyone. And, like, while that's true, like, Superman can't come up with a plan like Batman could. Like, Batman, like, stormed in there and kicked ass. And then, like, Wonder Woman doesn't have a problem killing Steppenwolf. Superman would not kill Steppenwolf himself.
Yeah.
And then like the tech of, like, Superman couldn't pull those things apart by himself. He doesn't have the tech. And then they lose, and the Flash saves the day.
Yeah.
So, like, that's what made it the team effort.
Yeah, I thought it was
So-
really good. Henry Cavill is a good. He's like a good
best.
villain.
He's the best.
Like when he first came back as Superman and he was
Yeah.
like evil for a bit. Like he's got that face that you just don't want to fuck with.
He's actually, like, he wears that face constantly in what's it called, The Witcher, just like, don't fuck with me face. And like it, if you'll, like, I'm sure you could tell from the flash forward sequences that, like, in this future, like, the Justice League loses and Superman is a bad guy, and like I think he would be awesome in that role. Like,
Makes upset.
I don't know how you can, like, watch the bodies of work as Henry Cavill as Superman and decide, nah, you know what, we're gonna start over and get a new Superman.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
As long as he wants to do it, why would you go in a different route?
Right.
That's
Right.
stupid. But I really liked it. Like I said, I have no want to watch the original version. I watched Grand Isle on Hulu.
What's that?
What's that?
It's a Nick Cage movie
Oh boy.
with I don't know how they roped Kelsey Grammer into it, but so Nick Cage plays like a former Marine.
He looks
and
bad in the cover photo of this
Yeah,
movie.
he's like an alcoholic former Marine who somebody breaks into his house and he like shoots him when the guy's running out, and like the momentum of the gunshot like breaks his fence. So this is like a couple days before a hurricane. I'm telling you all I know. This is from watching it. And this is all happening a couple days before a hurricane. So this like drifter guy comes and is going to fix his fence, and Nick Cage wants it fixed today, the day of the hurricane, and he can't finish because of the hurricane. So he ends up staying the night, and like Nick Cage's wife like wants to have sex with the drifter, and Nick Cage
What?
like yeah. It's like,
that
oh,
ramped up quickly.
It did.
What
And
the
they do.
fuck?
They do. They end up having sex.
In one night, just the
Um,
one night he's staying there?
This is all one night because the wife is not satisfied with Nicolas Cage sexually.
Oh,
They have a
Okay.
tiny scene about that too.
So he can give the fence guy a throw.
So they give the fence guy a throw, and turns out Nicolas Cage and his wife are harboring this very dark secret, which I don't know if you want me to give it away or if you're gonna
Just
watch
tell
it.
us. I'm not gonna watch it.
Please do.
So they're abducting children,
What?
Oh,
like
great.
teenagers, and keeping them in their basement.
How
for
many kids they had down there?
There was like 3 or 4, I think.
What's the name of this movie? I actually kind of want to watch it.
Grand Isle,
Okay.
Isle.
What's it
And
on?
because it's on Hulu.
All right.
So the wife can't have children, so she's abducting them, but she's like keeping them on IVs and like giving them blood transfusions. It's very. Kelsey Grammer plays the detective. I don't know where he found his accent, but it's not. It's like
Not anywhere on Earth.
it's like from the Bayou if the Bayou was located on Jupiter. It's just
So I'm on the IMDb page, and I like to go to the trivia of some of these movies, these Nick Cage movies. The lowest rated and lowest grossing movie led by Nicolas Cage.
it's not good. I mean, it's just not.
So
It's like,
literally his worst movie.
it's not though. I mean, it's not the worst movie I've seen him in, but it's just one of those like they had half of an idea and they're like, let's just film it.
Have you
And
seen Mandy yet?
No,
Mm-mm.
So
I do want to see that.
Mandy's supposed to be the really good one with Nick Cage. His most recent really good one.
Yeah, well, because I really like Joe, and he played like a normal
Joe's
guy.
Great.
In that.
Yeah, Joe's great.
I feel like when he tries to be weird, he goes too far. He overcorrects.
Yeah. Yes.
Like there was no need for him to have all these character traits in this movie, but
He
It was
also just
funny.
makes so many movies. Adam, are you on Nick Cage's IMDb?
I can be.
Can you just add up how many movies he's been in the last 5 years? Just in acting, not directing, producing. nothing.
Yeah,
yeah.
All right, you
Just-
guys,
yeah.
movies and shows.
Just movies. Just yeah.
Because right now he's filming it's an untitled Joe Exotic project.
oh, I can't wait for that.
Yeah, right.
So in the last 5 years,
Yeah.
last 5 years that's been completed.
Yes. Because I know at one point he had like 14 movies in 2 years. And I think that was a while ago. Maybe outside of 5 years. He's counting so many movies right now.
Yeah, this is taking a while.
So 28 movies
In
Oh,
5
from
years.
2016 to now.
Oh my
That's-
god.
That is absolutely
on
insane.
top of one Nick Cage Amazon series announced, one movie completed but not released, another movie in post, and the Joe Exotic movie in pre-production show in pre-production.
He's averaging over 5 movies a year.
That's wild.
That's so many movies.
Hey, he's got himself a moneymaker though with the Crudes.
Oh yeah, true, right. How many of
Let's
those
see how
have
long
they
that
made?
lasts.
2.
They'll just keep making those animated movies.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch that though. I'm interested in seeing.
Yeah, I mean,
Nick Cage.
it wasn't terrible. It's a fun watch. Like if you want to just like relax for an hour and a half, it was kind of a fun watch. And then I'll finish off. So we continued our partnership with sportsbettingdime.com,
Yes.
who we worked with a couple of years ago, and they do they're like a sports betting website, but they also do the Oscar odds. So they come out with an article every year when the Oscar nominations are released, and they do the odds for like best picture, best director, best actor, all that stuff. So we partnered with them, and I did a blog post, released it the other day, March 29th, so Monday, and we just kind of broke down all the best picture nominees. So before I did that, I wanted to make sure I watched all of them. And there were 4 that I hadn't watched. So I watched Promising Young Woman with Carey Mulligan. It was okay. I'm very, very surprised it was nominated for Best Picture.
See,
Not
now,
that it was bad, but
people
Were you gonna have you
people really like that movie. That I've been hearing nothing but good things.
it wasn't. So I'm surprised because of the type of movie it was.
Okay.
I guess I should have led with that.
Alright.
No, it wasn't bad. It was like a good movie, but I can't remember like a movie with this type of plot and this type of ending like being nominated for. And I'm not going to spoil it because you should watch it. It was good, but it just didn't strike me as it's not like a mainstream type of ending of a movie.
It's like a thriller almost, right?
Yeah, it's like a thriller. So basically, this is the plot. It's not spoiler. So her like best friend, killed herself in college because she was assaulted. So Carrie Mulligan's character is like still dealing with that trauma years later,
Yeah.
and her character basically like goes out to bars and pretends to be drunk and like takes guys home or goes to their apartment and then sobers up and like shocks the shit out of them. She's like, you shouldn't be doing this to women, and like the guys like freak out and don't know what to do. And then she finds out like the guy who assaulted her friend in college, who like caused her to like go into a depression and kill herself, was like back in town.
Oh,
So she like creates this plot to like get back at him.
nice.
She is fantastic. She reminded me a lot of like Rosamund Pike from Gone Girl, and I Care a Lot. So she had like that vibe going for her. But it was really good, and the casting of all the male characters was like very well done because it like disarmed you. So it was like Adam Brody, Sam Richardson, Christopher Mintz-Plasse. So it's like all these actors that you equate with like funny guys and like nice guys, you know, not like scumbags.
Yeah.
So it worked the way I'm assuming they cast it specifically for that reason. But it was good. And then I watched Minari, which was awesome. Really, really good movie. Just like very simple concept. It was like this Korean family that was moving from California to Arkansas, just like in search of their own American dream. So Stephen Yen plays the father, Glenn from The Walking Dead, and he's always wanted like his own farm. So he like purchased this land, and he's just trying to like make a life for his family. But it was just really, really well done, extremely well acted. And Will Patton
Yes.
from Armageddon plays this insane, like God-fearing, like Christian guy who like helps him on the farm, but he's just like this lunatic, and he's so good. Came out of left field.
Huh.
I love.
But
Billy
he was
Patton.
really,
I love.
yeah, he was really good in it. The son, Alan S. Kim is the kid's name, was friggin' adorable. He was so good. And then the grandma, her name is Young Yu Jung. She got nominated for Best Supporting Actress.
Oh wow.
So she plays Stephen Yen's mother-in-law, and she comes like from Korea to like live with them for a bit. It's just a really cool, like, it's a simple movie, like not like a ton happens, but it's just like well acted, and it was really well done. I really liked it. I would highly suggest watching it.
Which Oscar nom has been your favorite so far?
My favorite was Sound of Metal of all the
Okay.
Best Picture movies. So I ranked them in the article that I wrote. So Sound of Metal was 1. Judas and the Black Messiah was 2. I put The Father at 3. It shocked me how good it was with Anthony Hopkins. It was really, really good.
Oh,
I
a
didn't
movie with
expect to
Anthony
like it.
Hopkins being good shocked you.
Well, because it's like he plays like this aging dad who's like suffering from memory loss. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be Oscar bait. It's like not gonna be good. But they filmed it in like it almost reminded me of like a Twilight Zone episode, the way it was filmed. So they kind of filmed it from his perspective of him like losing his memory, as opposed
cool.
to from the other people's perspective. And it was like, you know, he's in a room with his daughter, and then his daughter's like, oh, I'm just gonna go in the kitchen and grab something. And then he turns around in the room, and he's in the room with someone else. And it's like, was the daughter really there? Is he losing it? It was really, really well done. And Anthony Hopkins and Olivia Colman, I mean, they're just very, very, two very, very good actors and actresses. And then I watched Mank, and I really liked it. I thought it was going to kind of be silly. I knew like David Fincher obviously isn't going to make a bad movie, but Gary Oldman was really good in it. Do you know what that movie is about? Have you seen anything on that?
No. I only know that Fincher did it.
So Fincher did it. So it's kind of like his love letter to like 1930s era Hollywood, 1930s, 1940s. So it's almost like a biography. So Herman Mankiewicz was like the ghostwriter of Citizen Kane. And he was like blacklisted because he was just like an alcoholic and a crazy person. But Orson Welles like enlisted him to write Citizen Kane.
Okay.
So it showed he like bought him a house in the country, and he's like, you got to write for me. So it just kind of shows his process of like writing the movie.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, from like its conception all the way up to it winning like the Oscar for best screenplay.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. Yeah, so those were
Hell of a list.
Hell of a list. I gotta catch up. I gotta watch some of those movies. I
got a lot
still
of time,
want to watch I
on
Care a
TV.
Lot.
I Care a Lot was good. So I was talking to Justine about it. She didn't really like it that much. And it did bring home a good point, but I still think you'll like it.
I've been trying to, like, I haven't watched a lot of new stuff because I've been trying to go back and rewatch things that I saw when I was a lot younger to, like, get a new appreciation for them. And also just, like, stuff that I hadn't seen from, old stuff and, stuff that I had missed along the way. So I got to kind of watch some of the new stuff as well.
Yeah. If you can get your hands on any of the Best Picture nominees, they're all really good.
Yeah.
I think you'll enjoy all of them.
I'm willing to, at this point, like, I'm willing to rent most stuff that I can rent. You know what I mean? Like, a $3.99 rental for these movies is a pretty good deal when everything now is streaming and I get so much stuff for free. And I pay a pretty cheap price, for YouTube TV and my cable. So, like, I don't pay $200. And my parents just cut the cord as well. They just got
They're YouTube TV now?
Yeah, they got YouTube. Well, they're splitting it with my brother. It's on his account. But, like, we don't spend as much anymore on cable, so I'm, like, more than willing to, like, rent these movies if I have to rent them.
Yeah, I think The Father and Minari just got added to Prime, so I think they're still $20.
Yeah.
But as you get closer to the Oscars,
so those are a little bit more.
April
Okay,
20.
okay.
Yeah, but as you I would say in the next couple weeks because that's how Promising Young Woman was too.
Yeah.
And then after a couple weeks, it went down to $5. You can rent it.
Nice.
The big movie, obviously, this week on HBO Max is what is the actual title of the movie? Godzilla versus King Kong.
I think it's Godzilla versus Kong, King of the Monsters or
Kong.
something.
Okay, yeah. So that's out. Adam and I are going to see it in IMAX on Friday. It's going to be my second movie in a year, right?
Yep.
Tenet, then this. Oh no, third.
No.
Tenet,
Third.
Return of the King. I only threaten my body with COVID for IMAX movies. That's the only way. That's the only way that I'm going to do that.
Don't watch it tonight. Save it for Friday.
Adam, you're killing me. I just want to
Watch
watch
something else. Watch anything else.
Maybe I'll watch the last Godzilla movie.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch that tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that to just hold me over. But that's it. Anything else you guys want to add? Ryan, welcome back. Great list.
Welcome back.
Glad to be back.
Yeah,
I missed your faces.
Oh, I missed you too. Missed your face too.
Nah, I take it back. I don't miss that.
When does Lennon come on the podcast?
She'll be on. She's already walking, talking. So she's just walking around the room right now.
Applying for
I don't know,
jobs.
we'll get her on soon. She sleeps a lot. So
Yeah. Very
she
sleepy.
sleeps like 18 hours a day.
Well, I'm very excited
It's
to
like
meet her.
it's like Fam, just a lot smaller.
It's apt.
Yeah, you guys
comparison.
we'll definitely have. We're gonna have people over as the weather gets nicer. So
Can't wait. I already got my
you guys
backyard
got
set up,
interesting.
man. I can't
Cannot
wait for
wait.
this nice weather, man. I got my to end this with on a high note. I'm getting my fence next week. I find someone to do it. Mitch, Tommy Doyle hooked it up. What do you do? Tommy Doyle, one of Mitch's childhood friends. He comes and does like big, like I cut my own grass for the most part, but he'll come and do like a cleanup. He'll remove leaves. He'll do like the kind of stuff that I don't really feel like doing. But he has a friend, this guy who puts in fences, and he hooked me up. He gave me the plug on a fence guy. Basically, it's like very cheap for labor, and I pay for the materials, and boom, boom, done. The fence is up. Like I can't wait. They're doing it next week. Very excited. So
That's
Adam,
dope.
we're gonna see how it goes, and then I'm gonna send them along to you.
Yeah, let me know, because the guy that came to my house last week to give me a price on my fence, he's like, "Oh, I'll get you a price tomorrow." It's been a week. I haven't heard from him. Like, that's fine. If that's what you're gonna do, that's fine. Just don't tell me you're gonna have it for you tomorrow.
Yeah. I went to Home Depot to continue my my hate for the big box contractor stores, the DIY, the Lowe's and your Home Depots and things like that. I stopped going to Lowe's because I hate it so much. It makes my blood boil when I step into it. So I figure, I'll step into a store where everything's orange, my favorite color, feel a little bit different. I don't see the blue tags everywhere. I want to die. And the first person I go up to, I know exactly what I'm looking for. I need a Home Depot bucket. That's all I need. I need a Home Depot bucket. And I go, "Excuse me, sir, where can I get an orange bucket?" And he turns around and he goes, "Oh, I have no idea. They move him around all the time." And I was like, "I'll find him." And I just like walked down the aisle and I was done. So I walked around for like 10 minutes looking around for him there.
The one item in the store that they should know where they are.
He's like, "Oh, I don't know. They move him around so much." And he's trying to like open up this huge like conversation with me. I'm like, "Man, either you do or you don't. Tell me.
Save it.
Leave me alone.
Read the room.
Save it, please." Yes.
Oh,
So,
God.
anyway, the struggle continues. All right, that's it. Average Nobody's Podcast, number 115 for March 31st, 2020. I'll never get used to that. 2021.
Sorry, you only got, a couple more months left till we have to say 2022.
2022. Damn, right? It's already 4th month, baby. April's here. All right, that's it. See you guys later.